The win of yesterday could possibly be the turning point of season 24-25 for the Bianconeri. But that's something that we will discover in the next coming weeks. Now, basta, stop. There are some moments in life where we should stop and we should just enjoy the moment. And today is one of these moments. Today we should enjoy, we should celebrate the win over Manchester City yesterday 2-0, the win over the Premier League title holders, the win over the one that won the Champions League 1.5 years ago, the win over the one that when we were looking at the starting lineups, when we were looking and reading the names, on paper was strongest, were the favorite yesterday, even if it was in our home. Two teams that were a bit in crisis, because you will tell me, Beppe, it's not the same Manchester City. And you're probably correct. But it was also not the good, the strong, the solid, the best Juventus ever. We should be here, stopping, celebrating, and enjoying the moment. Tifosi were asking for a few things. They were asking for a performance. They were asking a win, if possible. And, if possible, they wanted a magical night. Well, Juventus Football Club, with Thiago Motta, with the players, with everyone involved, they offered us a magical night, a night that we'll never forget, especially individually, because we will go also towards the individuals, Di Gregorio, that said, I'm here, I'm a Bianconero. You know why you spent 20 million euro? For the performance of yesterday. That's why. Welcome, Di Gregorio, and much more in today's video. So, ragazzi, I'm asking you to put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 35 is our objective. I know that we can reach it really soon, so I'm counting on you. Ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sure that you woke up with a huge, big smile on your face. I know it, that you are waking up and you think again about that goal of Dusan Vlahovic, that fantastic goal of Weston McKennie, the saves of Di Gregorio, spiderweb save, and then the one that when he will finish his career, that save on Haaland will remain in his top 5. We can already say it now. In the future, in 20 years, when he will stop, that save will be in his top 5, top 3 saves ever. Fantastic Di Gregorio, and then Gatti, and then Danilo, and then Savona. Mamma mia! Guys, I asked two things to Juventus Football Club before the game. You know it, if you watch the videos. I said, regardless of the result, that I'm not sure, that I don't know because I cannot see the future, I want two things. One, behavior should be impeccable from the first second of the game. The second thing that I'm asking, and this time it's a message to Thiago, don't miss the game tactically. If we need to cry after the game, I want to cry because we missed some men, because they were stronger. But I don't want to miss the game tactically. We need to study them. What are their weaknesses? What are their strengths? Defending their strength and then going and being dangerous on their weaknesses. Well, yesterday, Thiago Motta delivered a masterclass. We go inside the articles, the interviews. I don't want to go with too much edits today. I'm not even sure if I will do it. Not sure if it's necessary, because today we need to talk. Today I'm enjoying. Today we, Juventini, we are enjoying. The words of Vlahovic after the game made me extremely happy, because he said something about that behavior point. He said, we talked to each other after the Bologna game, and we reacted. We talked to each other in the locker room, and we told to each other it's not normal that we are reacting only after we are receiving a slap in our face, after conceding a goal, after a post, after being shaked up. No, we need to do it immediately, and that's what they did yesterday. And also, Thiago Motta said exactly the same with other words, but he said yesterday, look, we deserve that win. We deserve to beat Manchester City, and I totally agree with him. But he said, I saw a Juve that had the fire inside. He said fire, he said a soul, and he said mind, the head. And I totally agree, because you need these three things on top, of course, of skills. You need these things. You cannot split them. If you start splitting them, then you always miss something. Sometimes we saw the skills of Juve on the field, but without that passion, without that grinta, without that fino alla fine, without the will to react or immediately in the game or too late. Well, yesterday we saw it from the first minute, and I was extremely happy. Tactically, genius. Genius from Thiago Motta. Yesterday I really loved it. We'll come back on the tactics in a second, but I really loved how we gave a masterclass to Pep Guardiola. I said it before the game. Attenzione, if you want to beat them, you need to understand them. How will they play? Extremely high. They will have the ball possession, and they will go with a huge, big pressing on the first man. A bit what Bologna did, but of course with much more quality. That's what they will do. We need to be extremely strong to go out of that first pressing, that first wave of pressing, being clean in going out, not only with long balls, and then being dangerous in the spaces that they will leave. That's what we did a few times in the first half with some offsides, and then at the end it paid off. It paid off. Look at that second goal. That is really the masterclass. You look at that. Danilo that is recuperating the ball on Doku. Mamma mia, what a game, Danilo. What a game, Danilo. Giving it to Yildiz. Yildiz again to Danilo. Danilo, one touch. Boom, to Weston McKennie that is running into that space. McKennie to Wea. Wea, cross. Bounced back. Second quality cross. What a quality cross. I don't know. It looks like a croissant. You know that croissant shape? What a cross. And then, of course, that goal of Weston McKennie that is totally crazy. But that's where I want to link it. That goal of Weston McKennie. And probably that's the only moment of the video where I want to bring you back on earth. I want to bring Juventus back on earth. The players that will watch that video. Maybe Thiago Motta that will watch that video. Attenzione. Because in December 2020, we are speaking about 4 years ago, on the 8th of December, we won against Barcelona 3-0. With also a goal of Weston McKennie. I believe it was his first one in Champions League, with a fantastic goal. That yesterday, when he scored it, he brought us back to the Camp Nou. Do you remember? He brought us back to that goal, because it was the same goal. It was fantastic. What a beautiful win. We were all celebrating the win of the team Juventus of Andrea Pirlo. The problem is that we were not able to give continuity for a long time after that win. It was beautiful, it was nice, it was fantastic, but we were not able. So now we need to give continuity starting against Venezia. And that's why I was extremely happy to hear Thiago Motta, because while the players were still celebrating, while supporters were still celebrating, and I'm sure that supporters, they will continue to celebrate today, tomorrow, and then also approaching the game of Venezia. Then, if we will continue to celebrate after Venezia, it means that we are winning, that we have the 3 points in our home in an important game. Well, he said yesterday, attenzione, we deserve to win, absolutely. But now that game is the past, forget about it. Now we have an important game, a crucial game, on Saturday against Venezia. We don't want to stay in the situation that we are in today. We must change. I love it. I loved it, because he's telling us, we celebrated, we forgot. I forgot immediately. Thiago Motta forgot immediately. Boom, we put it there, and now we focus, because he's also admitting that we are in a difficult moment, that it's not acceptable to do 9 draws out of how much? 15 games. Way too much. Way too much. We need to go out of it. And then he's also saying, attenzione, playing well. What does that mean? I always said that it means a lot of things. And that's where you enter that tactical part of the game of yesterday. Because yesterday, we were not one way. Thiago Motta that is only thinking about his credo, his vision, his football, because he's made of ball possession. Yesterday he said, you know what? You want the ball? Here, take the ball. We didn't park the bus. Pay attention, it's a big, huge difference, parking the bus or not. We didn't. There was one huge, big difference with the one of Max Allegri, because yesterday we played in some parts, you can possibly say like a Max Allegri, extremely organized, extremely structured, that according to me was totally right to do. But we did one big, huge difference. When we recuperated that ball, to avoid that first pressing, to go out of that first wave, we were clean in going out of it with accurate passes, without shanking too much, always trying to look for someone that was unmarked, and we were able to find him. Look, that was beautiful. That's something that Thiago Motta is adding to a structured, organized team. This is probably something that he said. Play organized, play a bit lower if we have to against Manchester City. Otherwise, we will be exposed too much and we will give them what they are asking for. But when you go out, when you can recuperate the ball, clean. And that's what we did, and that's why I really loved organized structure, but also especially a winning Juve. And the papers are speaking about it, Juve favolosa, a fabulous Juve, on Tutto Sport, on Gazzetta, Gran Signora, a beautiful, big, huge, big old lady, and then you also have a Corriere dello Sport with Da Vera Juve, a real Juve, a win as a real Juve. Motta is actually tactically blocking Pep Guardiola, Vlahovic and Weston McKennie are City. This is the Juventus that the supporter wants. This is the Juventus that the supporter wants. This is the Juventus that Juventus supporters want. Why am I saying that? Because we won. As simple as that. As simple as that. We can go with big, huge analysis. I can show you the screenshots of the game. I can show you the stats. I can show you what you want. But this is the Juve that the supporters want. A winning Juve. that makes everyone happy and agree on everything that we are speaking about. Because I remember on the 0-0 on the first half, there was that divided section of some fans that were saying we are not playing well at all. I don't like what I'm watching. We are playing too low. We are not good. We are not good. We are not pressing. We are not attacking. How is it possible that they are playing with 75% of their men into our own and we never go out of it? And I said, basta. My credo, my belief is that this Juventus that is doing a 0-0 at the end of the first half, they are giving me one thing. The certainty that something can possibly happen in a good way for Juventus in the second half. Something that they didn't give me for long time in a lot of games this season. And yesterday they did it. But on a 0-0, we would have been totally split between I didn't like the game, it was not entertaining, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. And then you will have the one that said, but we played structure, we were organized. At the end of 0-0, we will have been divided. Today, with a win, with the 3 points, with 2 fantastic goals, we are all going towards. We played really well. And that's what Thiago Motta said, playing well. It's not only ball possession. It's a lot of different things. Can we agree that Juventus yesterday did a masterclass? I think so. Not with the ball possession, and they won. With 69%, we had 31. But then if you are going at total shots, 10 for us, 12 for them. 3 on target, 3 saves from the goalkeeper for them, 3 saves on the goalkeeper for us. And this is where we enter the individualities that I want to touch upon. Di Gregorio, we were asking ourselves, who deserves to play as a starter? Perin or Di Gregorio? Di Gregorio, Perin. Perin, Di Gregorio. Why did we sign Di Gregorio? We already had Szczesny, we already had a Perin on the bench that couldn't wait. Probably that 20 million euro, it was better to give it to someone else, to another player that we are missing because we had a lot of injury. Why did that go into crescendo? Because we saw a fantastic game of Perin against Stuttgart. Because we saw a few fantastic games and answers from Perin. We were still waiting for that. We saw one save against Napoli from Di Gregorio that was really, really beautiful, and that was it. Yesterday he showed us. Yesterday he said, I'm here as well. And that's where I say, welcome, Di Gregorio. Welcome to Juventus, Di Gregorio. You were already there, but yesterday you showed the world with 2 huge saves that are keeping us in the game. That one on Holland is fantastic, guys. I already told you. But that other one, that spider web save, is incredible. Welcome, Michele Di Gregorio. That some of the people even said, he's my man of the match. Can we speak about Weston McKennie? Can we speak about Weston McKennie? Why do I want to speak about McKennie? Not only because of the goal, because it's a player that can do everything. Assist, goals, runs, offensive, defensive, left, right. He can do it all. Acrobatic player. Winning aerial duel, something that we missed because yesterday again we lost there. But you know why I really want to point out Weston McKennie? Because that's probably telling us our future. Juventus, this time with Thiago Motta, they did the right changes because we had the opportunity to do the right changes. Because you are able to put Weah in simultaneously with Weston McKennie that are changing you in the game. The depth is incredibly important, and that's why when you have a Douglas Luiz, when you have a Weston McKennie, when you have these players at disposal, Cambiaso that hopefully will come back against Venezia, when you have choices on the bench, with all the respect for the Primavera kids, with all the respect, when you have this one, you can possibly also change the game. Super important. And I will tell you, and probably I will be unpopular, I can't wait to have back Nico Gonzalez. That already showed us some glimpses. Not enough. But Nico Gonzalez is a player that, if 100% fit and healthy, can really give something. Especially for yesterday, Conceição, that was not at his best. But we'll come back on Conceição, Cope manners in a second. Danilo. Do we want to speak about Capitano Danilo? That yesterday did the best performance since last year, October, since the injury, October 2023. The best performance yesterday was incredible. Doku, Grealish, Bernardo Silva, whoever was on his side, they couldn't go through him. One time they did, one time. The rest, he was epic. He was fantastic. He showed it after the game. He said, I'm not leaving Juve in the middle of the season. Are you crazy? Capitano words. Yesterday, he received the applauses from a lot of Juve fans, and that made me extremely happy. How he recuperates that ball on Doku, launching that second goal is something crazy. It's something really beautiful. That one touch, something that we, and included myself, were thinking, it's over. It's over with Danilo. Mentally, physically, it's over. Well, yesterday he showed us what I was asking him. I asked him this. Danilo, you are not the first choice. You will probably not be a starter, but when you play, I want that you give what you can give. Well, yesterday he gave even more. Can we speak about Federico Gatti that goes with the bicycle kick at a certain moment, but also him, because we see the bicycle kick, but he's the one that is actually stopping one of their forwards, stopping the ball, and whoop, it goes up. Federico Gatti is doing that for that first goal of Dusan Vlahovic. Yesterday was an epic performance of Gatti. What an epic performance of Gatti. He was there with his body, with his soul, with everything, with his life yesterday, stopping Manchester City when they were up. Savona. You remember when we were criticizing the next-gen player, Savona, that was not a Juve player, for 2 games that he missed yesterday. After cancelling Leao, Kvaratskhelia, yesterday he cancelled whoever was there. Doku, at a certain moment, Pep Guardiola said, change, because we cannot put him. Change! Put Grealish, put it somewhere. Nobody was passing Savona. What a growth. What a pepite that we found. What a jewel. What a diamond. Extremely happy for Savona. Can we speak about Locatelli? Guys, today, I cannot stop. But Locatelli, yesterday, there were like 2 number 5s on the field. He was offensively, defensively, he was opening with changes. The thing that I am asking to see from Locatelli since so long. Not only there, but in both phases yesterday. Locatelli, for me, man of the match. Man of the match with the Danilo. It's difficult to choose, but the performance of Loca yesterday was impressive. Impressive. And also, Thuram was not the best one. It's not the one that I want to speak too much with. But when you put a Thuram next to Loca, that's incredible. You know what I'm asking to Loca? One more thing I'm asking to Loca. Except of scoring a goal or 2. I would love that Loca is able to do it also without Thuram. And that's where we'll see a total complete Locatelli. Also when there is someone else next to him. That will be super important, because when we saw Juve Bologna with him next to Fagioli, he was collapsing. He was not good. And that's something that he needs to do better. Dusan Vlahovic, bravo. He's missing that first control on that pass that is arriving. But except of that fighting spirit, he was there. No, Dusan yesterday. That's the Dusan. Dusan, yesterday, if you continue doing games like that, I give you 15 million per year. 12 is not enough, because yesterday you were great. And you were doing what a striker needs to do. Yildiz, I will be unpopular, guys. Unpopular. No, not unpopular. I know that I'm always telling you calma with the youth. Don't overexpose them, protect them. I will say it and I will skip extremely fast. In a few touches of the games of Kenan yesterday, I say it. In a few touches of the game of yesterday of Kenan Yildiz, I saw Zinedine Zidane. I go to the next one, the 2 kind of underperformers. Conceição, that was extremely nervous. And I understand it, because the player, boom, and a fall. But in the games like that, you cannot. Do you remember a few times Cuadrado entering extremely nervous in games and red card? And, these kind of things can really change the game. So he needs to control himself, breathe. And that's why I cannot wait to have a Nico Gonzalez. But yesterday he was tired, he was frustrated, right, from Thiago Motta to sub him off. And then a controversial one, Cope Manners, that I watched again the game. I didn't sleep. In the first half, he's missing everything that he could miss from the 21st until the 27th minute. Then he's doing a bit better, and he missed again at the end of the first half. Much better in the second half. On the ball in the first half, he was not good. And I totally agree with you. But guys, the work that he's doing on the field, a workhorse, the first one every time to press. And that was so important for Juve yesterday. That's one. Secondly, a player that always off the ball is finding the movement, is finding the space, is always running into that space that is on the left, on the right, centrally, in the back. He was always there. And you know that a lot of time we are not able to find him because we don't put the head up. Conceição didn't give him a pass. A lot of players didn't give him the pass when he was really totally unmarked. Is it enough from Cope? No, it's not enough. Are we expecting more? Absolutely yes, because he was the triple A objective. He was the one that we were waiting for. I don't want to go towards flop performance, disaster performance, but I would love to go towards what Gazzetta dello Sport is telling us. Gazzetta dello Sport is telling us, look, the best one was, according to them, Gatti, according to me, It's difficult to choose one. Gatti, Locatelli, Danilo, Di Gregorio. The worst one was a Cope Miner from Juve. I would like to agree only if we give him a beautiful rating. You know what I mean? So the worst one of the good ones. That's what I want to go for him. Not a bad performance from Cope, but we are expecting more, and I'm sure that he will grow as well, especially with other players on the field that will go and reinforce. Ragazzi, that was it. I didn't think that I would fill 20 minutes, but I'm so happy. I need to think about Venezia, but I don't want yet to think about Venezia. Let me stay on my beautiful pink cloud. I want to enjoy, and I hope you enjoy. I will try to do a second video also today later. Grazie, forza, Juve.